Yo gamers, what's good? Today I want to give my predictions for the character roster in the upcoming Mario Kart game for Nintendo Switch 2. Okay, and really quick, I just want to get this out of the way. I do not think that crossover characters are going to be a thing in the new Mario Kart game, and I'll give you 3 reasons why. Number 1. The crossover characters as a concept was properly introduced in Mario Kart 8 for the Wii U. Now, quick history lesson, the Wii U was a massive financial failure for Nintendo. Pretty much the only people supporting it were die-hard Nintendo fans, and so Nintendo basically had to maximize as much money as they could from the small but loyal group of people during that troubling financial period. How do they do that? They add in crossover characters like Zelda or Animal Crossing. These are things that obviously their fans would be super into. Number 2. Mario Kart Tour, which, say what you will about the game, is technically considered a mainline entry, did not have any crossover characters. Why not bring over these crossover characters if it was really something that was integral to the Mario Kart IP going forward? And finally, number 3, I feel like crossovers as a thing are kind of oversaturated in a lot of markets right now. And adding a ton of different characters to Mario Kart on the Nintendo Switch 2 could only serve to dilute what Mario Kart even means to the general audience. If Mario Kart cannot rely on, well, just being Mario Kart alone anymore, that would be a huge issue for Nintendo going forward, as this is one of their most reliable and powerful series ever, especially in terms of sales. And I know I just went on this whole rant about why I don't think there will be any non-Mario characters in this game, but there is one exception, and those are the Miis. Nintendo practically banished the Miis during the Nintendo Switch generation, as I think to a lot of the general audience, they were very closely connected to the Wii branding, something that Nintendo was desperately trying to get away from. But you know what, I think they've done their time and it's time to bring the Miis back. Especially given the recent trends of Nintendo loving to add in character customization features to their games, I just feel like it's the perfect time to bring the Miis back, and they can totally stand on their own now, separate from any sort of Wii branding. So yes, I know that kind of makes me a hypocrite because I'm just totally breaking the 3 commandments I gave you at the beginning of the video, but anyways, with that said, let's get into my list. So, from what we've seen in the brief teaser footage, it appears as though Mario Kart 9 or 10 or whatever they end up calling it is going to allow up to 24 racers at a time in racing tracks. Now, I'm going to be honest, I don't necessarily think that that is going to apply to standard Mario Kart gameplay. It could, but I actually look at that as more of a new mode, separate from the traditional Mario Kart mode that we all know and love. I could be totally off base on that, but that was just my initial impressions when I first saw the teaser. Anyways, why I'm bringing this up is that we know there will at least be 24 characters in the game at launch, but I think there's actually going to be quite a bit more. Now, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe with the full Booster Course DLC included ended with a character roster of 48, which is actually double of 24. That's quite a lot of characters, although I don't personally think we're going to start with that many in this game. I do think there will be DLC or some sort of free update model for this game going forward, but at launch, I'm going to give us 40 characters. And so, what will these 40 characters be? Well, I've divided them cleanly into 13 lightweight characters, 13 medium weight characters, and 13 heavyweight characters, bringing us to 39 characters plus the Mii, which is, kind of dependent on the actual weight of the Mii you created. But this will give us a nice, healthy balance of the 3 main weight classes in Mario Kart. So yeah, on the screen, the characters behind a green background are lightweight, the characters behind a yellow background are medium, and the characters behind the red ones are fatty heavyweights. Also, I am going to be including a little pink dot at the top right corner if the character is unlockable. And look, I know there's some people on YouTube that have been trying to spin this freaking retarded narrative that unlocking things is lame and that, you gotta just start with it all at the beginning, but bro, that's freaking dumb, man. I mean, I grew up playing like Smash Brothers, the older Mario Karts and Mario Parties, and like Lego Star Wars, and these games had so many unlockables, and it was so epic. I mean, it's so satisfying and fun to just gradually fill out a roster of characters or stages or features or anything like that. So you know what, we're bringing the unlocks back, bro. We're going all in. But with that said, let's start sounding off the characters in this roster. So kicking things off, we got our boy Mario, big shocker. Following that, we got Luigi, Peach, Daisy, Bowser, Donkey Kong, Rosalina, and Pauline. Pauline was first introduced in Mario Kart Tour and the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Booster Course DLC. I feel like she was kind of the Switch generation's Rosalina equivalent, so yeah, I think she'll definitely be back. Okay, then we got Yoshi, Birdo, Toad, Toadette, Bowser Jr., Diddy Kong, Wario, and Waluigi. Okay, next row we got the freaking babies, because tragically through that teaser footage, one thing that we do know is that the babies are back. So that means there's already 5 of those MFs in here, and I am praying to Miyamoto that we're just gonna keep it at 5 and our eyes will be saved from the abomination that could be baby Waluigi. But anyways, yeah, that means we got baby Mario, baby Luigi, baby Peach, baby Daisy, and baby Rosalina. But okay, I think after this it's gonna start getting a little bit more interesting. So we got Dixie Kong. Dixie Kong was actually in Mario Kart Tour, but I feel like, yeah, why not just bring her into the new Mario Kart? Okay, and then we got our boy Nabbit, and I feel like Nabbit is like the only strand of DNA from the new Super Mario Brothers games that Nintendo doesn't feel ashamed to whip out, because that dude was actually in Super Mario Bros. Wonder. Yeah, it's kind of funny that New Super Mario Bros. U, which is like generally considered the most bland and, you know, play it safe by the books Mario game out there, gave us Nabbit, who's like the only part of the new Super Mario Bros. Games that still exists. So I do think he'll be in this. And then, you know, kind of keeping in the theme of small ninja creature things, I'm going with Ninja. Ninja has also seen somewhat of a resurgence during the Switch generation. I know he was playable in like Mario Golf and Super Mario Party Jamboree, and I feel like he's just been reappearing as an enemy more often, like in Mario Wonder. I think he was in the Paper Mario game on the Switch, not the good one, which is the Thousand Year Door remake, but the other one. Anyways, we're bringing that dude back too. Okay, back to kind of basic picks. Koopa Troopa. I'm kind of hoping they add Paratroopa as an alternate costume, but I guess that will remain to be seen. Dry Bones, Shy Guy, Lakitu, Kamek, or Magic Koopa, I guess. And then, okay, now we're getting to some fun ones. We got 3 bosses. King Babam, who was actually in Mario Kart Tour, but never made it to the 8 Deluxe Booster Course. But yeah, this dude would be pretty epic. Then we got King Boo, and then we got PD Piranha, so 3 solid Mario bosses. And then, okay, I saved the last row for the my magnum opus. This was an idea I had like sometime last year, but I got really attached to it, and that was basically, what if Nintendo were to find like one character or NPC or something from each of the 3D Mario games, just that, you know, is sort of representative of those games, and they were a playable character in this. I think that'd be super dope. And so yeah, for Super Mario 64, we got Mama Penguin. That's right, we're not adding the little penguin, we're adding the big mama. I think this would be freaking hilarious, and I actually want them to keep it chunky. Like, keep her exactly how she looked in N64. She was beautiful then, that was her prime. You know, we don't need to see any of this fancy schmancy modern graphics. No, keep her the N64 penguin. Then after that, we got a Pianta from Mario Sunshine. I'm actually playing through Mario Sunshine again right now. Such a great game. You know, it'd be kind of epic if that got a remake. But anyways, we got to add in the Piantas. They're epic. Okay, and then for Super Mario Galaxy, I've kind of lumped together Galaxy 1 and Galaxy 2 because they're, you know, very similar. And I brought the Luma, maybe a little boring. I was thinking about adding those little wooden guys, the Whittles from Mario Galaxy 2, but I mean, honestly, the Lumas are more iconic, and, you know, I think that'd be kind of dope to play as a Luma. And then similarly, I just kind of lumped together 3D Land and 3D World, and honestly, 3D Land didn't, like, it hardly introduced any new, you know, recognizable characters. I think it was like Boom Boom came back and they added Pom Pom, but nah. So I went with the Sprixie princesses from Mario 3D World. So it's kind of similar to the Luma, these little fairy things. Weirdly enough, the green one was playable in Mario Tennis on the Wii U, but none of the other colors, which is just why. I don't get that. They'll all be playable in here. I'm just using the green one as like the kind of the default. But okay, then after that, guys, this is probably one of my most proud ideas I've had. But we're gonna bring in the MF New Donkers from Mario Odyssey. Yeah, I feel like this would just be like the best character in the game. Everyone would play as them online. There's like a ton of different new Donkers in the game, so you know there would be a lot of different alternate outfits, and I don't know, I just think it'd be kind of hilarious to be playing as these just normal businessmen and women in Mario Kart. So yes, that would be so lit. Okay, then after that we got Funky Kong, of course, got to keep him. And then Poochie. Now Poochie's pretty wild, but that was like I think the last character they added to Mario Kart Tour before they finished the service for that game. But he never made his way over to the 8 Deluxe, which is kind of sad. But yeah, we're gonna bring Poochie, and then of course the Mii characters. But yeah, I feel like that bottom row is freaking fire, man. I mean, Mama Penguin, Pianta, Luma, Sprixie Princesses, New Donkers, Funky Kong, Poochie, and Miis. Like, come on, bro. You cannot be complaining with a roster like that. And then, you know, the other rows are fine too. But yeah, I was just like, I feel like I was cooking hard on that one. But you guys will have to let me know, did I cook too long? Is it burnt? Or is this the premium offerings? I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts about the roster of the new Mario Kart game in the comments below. But yes, I will see you later.